They know. A crimson alert has been issued. A drop what you're doing sort of decree. Every vampire in the realm is now looking for me. The last time we heard the crimson call was when Human Affairs discovered an independent film that depicted us with a rare degree of realism. In particular, our parenting practice. As much as it pains us to acknowledge, vampires are born human. Sometime in our mid-teens, we do experience a sort of death. Lotario called it the becoming. Anyway, we can't exactly have baby humans running around. They wouldn't last a day. So we borrow a page from the cuckoo. We leave them on your doorstep. Usually with a recent mother. Nurture comes about as naturally to a vampire as does romance. Luckily for us, the film's budget was farcically deficient, limiting its exposure to an acceptable margin of society. Not to mention an absolutely idiotic title. Oops, you're a vampire. I could run, but what would be the point? There are no shadows in the vampire realm. I am ready to accept my fate. I shall be brought before the Circle of Five, ring bearers of the five families and their whisperers. Like the Volk from the British Isles, they are the scholars of VAMPIREALM. Their ring bearer Faustin. If you can beat him in chess, you get to live. But they are also the weakest. If you can take them out, you will cut off the head of the snake. The Ghouls are Mediterranean, known for our refined taste and impeccable style. Our ring bearer is the Duchess Bevilacqua, the queen of VAMPIREALM couture. She may be receptive to enticement. We haven't the stomach for war. Unlike the Rigs from Northern Africa, fiercest fighters in the realm. I believe you've already met their ring bearer, Rumala. Her hatred for humanity is awe-inspiring, stemming from the days of the slave trade. Use her anger against her. The Jav, Scandinavian ring bearer Jika, Viking vampires known for their blood orgies and strange religion, keepers of an ancient female blood magic that terrifies the other families. Only their alpha males with breeding potential survive beyond infancy. Kill them and the family is doomed to extinction. Finally, the Vrag, Russian, ruthless and relentless, represented by Vicus, Varix, and Caban, the three eldest sons of ring-bearer Mortalis. Mortalis is one of the original founders of the Vampire Realm, and he holds the unofficial throne. Presumed to be the oldest vampire alive, he is the only ring bearer who is also the family's stallion. Many fear a power vacuum upon his death, which could send the vampire realm into chaos. I have told you where we are not. The time has come for me to tell you what we are. Humans have a knack for supernaturalizing anything they can't get their head around, then promptly burning it at the stake or sacrificing their children to it. We're not supernatural, merely superhuman. A genetic mutation, part human, part serpent. 30%, according to your own DNA technology. No surprise there. Our origin, like your own, is steeped in mysticism. But buried beneath the layers of myth, there are always the bones of truth. Our senses are heightened to meet our predatory demands: speed, strength, agility, and of course, stealth. The word serpent stems from the Latin meaning to creep. There are drawbacks, of course. Vampires are cold-blooded, one reason why we flock to warmer climes. So much for solar phobia. The way to defeat the vampire realm is to turn it on itself. It is an organic entity, forever writhing and coagulating into advantageous coalitions of influence and prestige. But no back can ever be turned in the vampire realm. The loyalty of a snake is fluid. Our principles are secondary to our needs. Allegiance is only as strong as their profitability. And yes, humans are not beyond bargaining with. Families eye one another with almost as much animosity as they do you. Children of unsanctioned births are denied entry into the vampire realm and are treated as second-class citizens. Procreation with a human is an unacceptable weakening of the vampire bloodline and is punishable by death. The mixed species abominations they produce treated as untouchables. There are many disenchanted with the nobility status quo, perhaps more than aren't. We do a big song and dance about how your lives have no value. It's really for our own benefit. The alternative is too horrific to contemplate, but contemplate it we do. In our moments of quiet self-reflection, when we can no longer hide from our own demons, they come and they stay, laughing as we go about the business of staying alive. Vladicus, author of the Serpent Code of Ethics, was the first to call you prey. Is there anything evil about a cat killing a mouse for sustenance? A mouse does not create this. Perhaps my confession is my sad attempt at an apology. My victims number in the hundreds of thousands. Holocaust figures. Every vampire eventually kills themselves. It is a rite of passage. There comes a point where you either go mad, or you remedy God's folly once and for all. It may not be supernatural, but it is hard to imagine we are not damned. The last words on a vampire's lips are always the same. A poem, Lothario's last. Cursed Judas, betrayer of the sun. Whatever my purpose, it is now done. I act in free will, having lived my fill. No more days and nights, no more sounds nor sights. Nothing left for me, no more will to be. Eternal darkness sets me free. Oh, I almost forgot. Behold one of us in captivity in a remote laboratory in the American desert. We have seen it in our collective subconscious. Feeding her must be a bitch. Want my advice? Let her go.